everyone, and welcome to the map Sentinel here. A 3v3 map to start off today's highlight viewer submitted matches of StarCraft 2. Joining me here, the far left side, the upper left corner, starting off team number 1's Teal Protoss. It is Night Knight. Yes, Night, I know. There's a lot of chat going on. Their green Protoss ally, the probes over here, it is Sock. Or Sack. I'm going with Sock. Now, team number 2. You're like, but Indigos, that wasn't 3 players. Yes, I know, we'll get to that. Team number 2's yellow Zerg drones here, the bottom right corner, belongs to Masio PL. The blue Zerg ally, it is Speedy Rogue. And finally, wrapping it all up, the third Zerg here in the bottom right, the pink drones belonging to Paprika. 2 eyes for twice the spice. That was terrible, I know. Good grief, all of you, with your chat, trying to trick each other, saying, just typing in, left the game. That's not even the full message. It has left the game. Resources will be split among remaining allies. Like, resources. Okay, so we've got a couple of jokesters in here. We have a lot to discuss so far. Starting off, of course, you're like, Indigos, that was only 2 Protoss. Yes, this is a 2v3 match, presumably voluntarily chosen because they're all on the same team. And it appears to be a little bit of faction wars, where we have 2 Protoss versus 3 Zerg. I'm intrigued in how this one got drawn up. Was this somebody's choice, somebody's idea for a fun Friday evening? I would say definitely. Go you. That sounds like a great Friday evening. The replay, though, overlay was seriously broken because the game's like, there's an uneven number of players here. The system, it just couldn't handle it. It didn't work, so I had to figure out and now I'm sitting way over here, and the production tab is huge. It goes halfway behind me. It goes behind the mini-map area, okay? It's just not going to work. We can have some things, though, like active forces, just to see the supplies. We can see a little bit of their breakdown. What else can we get here? Can we get the Appums? Oh, yeah, we can get the Appums. Somebody's cranking out Teal Protoss. Oh my gosh. Calm down. What are you doing with over 100 Appums, Sir Protoss? My word. Okay, anything else? Can we get units? A little bit. Units is still a little large, though. The text seems large, too. When they're typing, they're chatting it up. A little bit of a mess, but we're gonna adjust. This was chosen, and I look forward to the proxy hatch mineral wall opening reason here. What are they going for? They're going for this one. 10. No. No, that's the wrong one. Oh my gosh. That was the wrong mineral field. They're supposed to have 25. This one has 5 and the other one has 20. Oh no. It's a disaster. The mineral wall holds, which means they're going to have to probably bust down one of the gateways. The Banelings are here. The Lings are waiting, chomping at the bit, ready to go. Just get another... Just return the minerals and try again. Although there's a Stalker here, so good luck trying again, I suppose. It's... Oh, good grief. All right. We can't break this with finesse. This ain't a stealth mission anymore, ladies. Bring it loud and Baneling. And it still wasn't enough. It still wasn't enough. The Lings will break through, though. They will eventually find their way into the mineral line. Lings now. Yeah, trying to connect. They're going to get quite a few probes here. Green is going to suffer some heavy losses. Teal in a really good spot, though. Minerals and buildings helping out, protecting. Unfortunately, Stalkers don't really deal with Zerglings super efficiently, as evident by the now very dead probe line in the main base. I'm sorry, really? Like, green has 5 probes. Like, this is essentially over now. They've turned it into a 3v1 at this point. Worker-wise speaking, it looks like Teal will be safe. Teal should be okay. Green's not dead. Yeah, they're making Void Rays. Okay, that's it. That's how this is gonna go. We've got the team game Protoss composition already started. Cybercore being focused down. They don't need that. What do you think? They're gonna make more Stalkers? Come on, they've already hit Void Ray tech. It only goes up from here, from Void Rays to Carriers to Dark Templar, although I don't think they can make the Dark Shrine now. So maybe that's the real mind game there, the real victory. The dust settles, the Zerglings are cleared at the end of it. Resources lost. Oh, we can't see the units. Okay. Resources lost. Green definitely took a bit of a hit there. I mean, 56 units lost. Presumably most of those were probes and stalkers. Speedy is trolling. Was that mineral wall issue on purpose? So I'm gonna say that was really good. That was funny. I don't see a whole lot else. I mean, there's an Oracle back here that has gotten quite a few kills. Excuse me, 19 kills on this Oracle. I want to see at least a little bit of that. Was this at the same time? Oh my gosh, it was at the same time. Okay, so yellow lost a lot. 71 units. I mean, a lot of that was probably Zerglings too. So, oof. Goodness, okay. He is trolling. Active forces, show me the drone count. 5 drones. Okay, so they actually have somewhat even that, in essence, up. One of the Zergs took a decent chunk of damage too, at roughly the same time that the shenanigans were going up top. We were focused on the Protoss. Little did we know, the Zergs were having their own sets of trouble. Okay. The Void Raid's going after a few overlords at this point. Do they know about the proxy business? Not really. Well, they're finding out about it now. This proxy hatchery. Quick launchpad into a proxy expansion, I will say. Things not looking too terrible for the Protoss players at this point. Standing army forces are really lacking for the Zerg players. Oh god, the drones. Round of applause for Speedy. But what is Speedy doing wrong here? I mean, they're not really making a whole lot. They're trying to get some Hydras out. That feels like a decent move. Supply blocked to Kingdom Come, but to be expected. They just lost like 6 overlords. This all around just kind of reeks of bad decisions abound, from the mineral wall issue to all 3 Zergs going for what's essentially a proxy all-in. The Protoss are going to bite back with quite a few units. They've just decided to kind of cut the probes. Teal hit that 3-base probe count and exploded. Army units abound here. We've got Charge, we've got Warp Gate, Templar Archives is about to finish up, but I'm not even sure they're going to live. The Zerg players are going to live that long. Stalkers are dealing with Zerglings relatively well. The first of the Zergs is actually the ones to tap out. Yellow quickly following, which is going to leave only 1 Zerg here. The 2v3 will be completed, will be rather successful, I will say. It came down to the defense, yes, not entirely like an offensive move. Green sort of recovered, like just now getting that probe count back up to the 30s. So, you know, I've got to hand it to them. Well played to the Protoss at the very least, keeping a cool head as that wall came crumbling down. sacrificing a lot of probes for the greater good, so that then the Protoss forces can prevail. Like Legacy of the Void mock-up campaign, I suppose. 2 Protoss versus way too many Zerg. That's not all for today, folks. Onwards now to the next match. The second match of the day will be played on the map Mountain Pass. Another 3v3 map. Thankfully, there are actually 6 players here, so I can return to my normal spot, my normal overlay. I truly do hate change. I think I might be part cat. Team number 1 here, the Red Terran, the upper left corner. It is Lucas. I'm going with Lucas. Luchis doesn't make much sense to me. Their blue Protoss ally. It is In the Cloud, as opposed to In the Drive or on the USB. Their teal Terran ally here. It is Big Bada or Bada. What a Big Bada? I don't know. Creativity abound. Team number 2, Purple Terran. It is Forever Noob. So far winning the name game. Excellent. The yellow Terran ally. It is Hydro Vergs. Hydro. Water person. And finally, another Terran. We went from no Terrans to too many Terrans. It is Dem Juicy Jugs. Water jugs, guys. Like purified, distilled water that you can get at the store, I'm sure. Yeah. So, Terrans galore. No Zergs. I hope you got your fill of Zergling rush in the first game, because there will not be any Zerglings in this one, I sincerely hope, unless somebody's got quite the wild card in their pocket. That new mod that lets you play all 3 factions in one. Gotta check that one out. Heard about that one. So far, things are looking relatively fine for a team game. Why is nobody rushing? Nobody's proxying anything? I mean, Yellow's going with the good old 5 workers, 4 barracks build. He's only got 12 SCVs. Were you AFK? Wow, Yellow might have been AFK. Okay. Current 0. Average 12 actions per minute. That's like what? One thing every 5 seconds? And even then, I'm not convinced. We might be going lower. Actually, kind of everybody all across the board. The numbers are a little on the low spectrum. I would say this might actually be more like silver. I'm truly not aware of the level, the league of this replay. I'm not even sure who the submitter is, honestly. This was a total stealth replay to me. The person who chooses my replays, they're like, no clues, no hints. Just have fun with us. And I'm like, okay. I don't really like surprises, but okay. We'll go with it. So far, well, they're making Marines. They've got 17 SCVs, Marines. I'm very intrigued. We got the NG Bay, of course. Where's my high-sec auto tracking? They got their orbital, though. Fantastic. That's better than some. Better than some I've seen. On the other side, how we doing? See? No orbital. Where's your orbital? We need more orbitals. Wow, both of you, really? Okay. Yeah, this is a good one. Alright. We've got a dark shrine on the way. The only Protoss in the entire freaking map, and he's got cannons in his own base and a dark shrine on the way. It's so Protoss. I love the Sim City though, the architecture. Look at it's like the Brood War campaign mission where you get Duran and you have to go like destroy the Protoss base so he can set some charges on like lines of pylons. It's a Telematros, I want to say. That's what we're going for. Okay. Yellow, slowest to respond, first to attack here. Putting those 19 actions per minute to work. These Marines, they're on an adventure. This is a scouting force. This is like a science ship that you make in Stellaris. Okay, they're researching. They're out combing the map, looking for resources, habitable worlds. Yes, we found the gold base. There's a scan. Yellow. I saw the sensor tower. First of all, there's a sensor tower at 5 minutes. I'm gonna have to speed this up, y'all. What's Yellow doing? Hang on, I'll give Yellow a second. Impress me. What are you doing? I'm not sure. Also, Widow Mines. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. Wow, that could have been so much worse. DTs. Yellow. Coming in with the clutch help. Where's your scan? Your friend scanned. Oh, they went to fight the Widow Mines too. It's a disaster. Oh my gosh. Well, that's a struggle. Oh, we've got Banshees here. Purple whipping out Banshees, huh? So far we've got Marine Banshee. There hasn't been a whole lot of chat about the compositions, like what people want to make. We're kind of just learning as they discover it too. Blue has decided to go for exclusively DTs so far. No warp gate is slow warping in stalkers from these gateways. I can't make it up, I swear. Oh, they do eventually move the probes. We've got Widowmine connecting with Banshee here. Teal trying to respond with what looks to be the most normal composition so far. Marines and Cyclones is a TVT match to them. Do you have Cloak? You have Cloak. You have Cloak. You have Energy. You have Hyperflight. Oh my gosh. A true cultured Banshee maker here. The DTs on the other side decide it's much more efficient to go for the building command center than the worker building the command center. It's going to be a full kill though. Quite worthwhile, I would say. The cannon, gleefully handling the defense, can reach all 3 Banshees. Okay, perfect. Yellow, close the supply. Ah, the culprit. The culprit depot. You let them in. Okay, Orange. Like, Orange clearly the high and mighty commander of the operation here. Mr. Mass Viking. So far you have seen DTs, and Marines and Cyclones, and Marines and Widow Mines. Yes, my thought is Mass Viking. Okay, sure. Yellow, with their expeditionary force over here, is just cataloging the flora. I think I'm good to speed this up a little bit. Gotta speed this up a little bit here. We've got really Widow Mines, 17 Widow Mines. Ah, a fan of the channel, I see. I've had quite a few Mass Widow Mine highlight viewer games, I would think. These medevacs don't have nearly enough in them, I think, to warrant this speedy travel. The Banshees. Yes, the Orange Commander once again. Regroup, guys. My Vikings will need support. Okay, perfect. They did make a couple other things. I see 2 siege tanks for the defense, it looks like. Yeah, just for defense. Okay. The Banshee, Raven, Wombo combo here. That feels very ambitious. The auto turrets You can just leave the Banshees. A solid anti-armor missile hits both friend and foe. Did you know it can do that? Yes, it can. The Marines unfazed by the lack of air control. You're gonna get the Raven. The Banshees will definitely clean all this up before the Marines really make it to the base. Tower defense wave 1 completed. Victory condition. Yellow. Pinging. The presence of a sensor tower. I think yellow hates sensor towers. I think that might be the aversion here. We're burying clusters of widow mines out on the map here. Decorative medevacs helping out too. What is... It just keeps going. Build one here. A few of the Vikings will find the health insurance convention out in the middle of the map. And they immediately die to the widow mines. Really? Wow. Beautiful shot, too. Great, I'm gonna have to remember that one. That's thumbnail material right there. We've got a couple proxy starports spotted on the map. Only took 12 minutes for somebody to proxy a starport somewhere. Mine's there. Yes, very accurate. I like it. So, yeah, red appears to be the culprit, the person here making a fusion core. I'm pretty sure that's going to block any semblance of a command center. Oh, Indigos. That's cute. You think you're going to expand there? They are so not expanding here. No. The expansion's already taken. They've got 4 bases, actually. And a whopping 0 orbital counts. Yeah. 0 orbitals, right? Yeah. 4 command centers, 0 orbital, 0 planetary. Teal, likewise. Only with half the power, those 2 command centers with a whopping 0 orbitals, 0 planetaries. Does anybody even have any planetaries? Orbitals, no. Oh, we've got 1. Well, that's fair. They lost this base initially. This was the command center that got destroyed, so now it's been automatically emotionally scarred. Must become... They put the orbital out even farther. Like, this one should have been the planetary, but nope, apparently not. Another cluster of widow mines is going to hit the map. Burrow for widow mine related shenanigans. They did make a turret here. It's so cute. They did a turret. A supportive scouting turret in every mineral line. He has a dream and he is making it work. Okay. Precious. The starports in the upper right have begun their battle cruiser related production. Red's actually going to max out, which I think is really going to put a damper on their battle cruiser plans. They have 58 widow mines and 7 marines, so clearly they need to get rid of those 7 marines and turn them into more useful units, like, you know, 3 more mines or 1 battle cruiser. How's Protoss doing? I haven't checked on the Protoss in a little bit. They've decided to go full-blown Nerazim, it looks like, and add on 9 Stalkers to their 4 Dark Templar. They're really struggling with the money, it seems. They are taking a 3rd base. They're getting there. On the other side, team number 2. We now have multiple Viking players, actually. Forever Noob seeing Orange's Viking swarm here. Decides, hey, you know, that looks like a pretty fun unit. Yellow, what is your plan? I'm sorry, can you not see Yellow's plan? Missile turrets galore. Okay, they were pinging up here. What is your plan? They've got ghosts. I didn't notice that. They have nukes. They don't have any ghosts. They have nukes. Erp, stay here and protect, please, says Commander of the Water Bottles, is what I'm gonna say. Oh god, the Marines find the Banshees, which is going to go about as well as it sounds. Wow, that was a slaughter. The Widow Mines are gonna come up. Burrow, try to help out. Everything groups up. Micro, the stutter stepping, perfection. Scan goes out, helping out, detect those Banshees as they completely delete the entire army. Oh, that could have been bad. It was kind of bad, but not as bad as it could have been. The Widow Mines doing pretty well. Okay, Vikings land on deck. One of the players remembers you can actually do that for Vikings. Wow. You know, the Widowmine player here is actually gonna probably end up with the best, kills to death ratio. Despite losing most of their Widowmines, I think they will be fine. You just checking for bingo bases. Mr. Water Bottle here. He knows. He's a bingo base player himself. Always going for those corners. Finds the battlecruiser production station. Land. We can land the Vikings. Red is having a panic attack, too. Red keeps pinging. Blue's trying to get here to help out. Oh, the Vikings do eventually land on deck. This is a lot of Vikings, though. 57 Vikings. I don't think even the Protoss force is enough to really deal with this. Oh. Switching to Red's camera, apparently. The blue Protoss force is definitely going to have a bit of a tough time there. Scans go out. Dark Templar will be defeated. Stalkers had not really much hope to start with. The Widow Mines pushing forward over on the map here. This will go worse if you group them up. Wow, the Vikings once again land. What are your upgrades at? 3-3 Vikings landing. They know what they wanted for sure. Mr. Water Bottle handling things. We've got a nuke flying off here with the cameras. Got nukes launching somewhere. The ghost just walked in like he owned the place. Ooh, nuke will be successful. Lands. Second nuke will be launched. Will not be successful though. Cyclone's already here for the defense. Checking in on orange, things going less than stellar. Their forces have been defended. Deflected, that's the word I'm going for. Forces have been deflected. The Marines are still occupying. More nukes flying around, okay. The focus is on teal. Yellow, that was the ping. Because they pinged at Teal's base. They're like, I will handle them. Time for the nuclear option. He's got the Ghost Academies all spread out, too. Nukes. Not a terrible option. Probably not the most efficient option, though. Like, you could just, I don't know, bring up the platoon, too. The nuke could open the door. Okay, could deal with whatever defenses are in place. They're gonna float the command center. Alright. As the dust settles, things are looking, I'll say, slightly better, I suppose, for team number 2. The missile turret got the kill. Missile turret kills 1. And you see, Indigos? This is why I build missile turrets in every mineral line. Don't tell me it gets a Viking. It gets a Viking too? Dudes, that was a very cost-effective missile turret. Well, the Marines will barely deal with the Widow Mines, suffering some pretty heavy losses. The Banshee's moving around, getting a little bit of damage done. Looks like Blue has elected to take over the top right corner now. Nobody wants the gold bases, huh? Gold bases are scary. They're exposed. Wow, that's a lot of Vikings. Have our own little Valhalla here. Gonna have to come up with a moot party, I suppose. Heard a click. The battle cruisers ready to reveal themselves, warping into the bottom right behind enemy lines, causing quite a bit of havoc. They've only got 1-1. But the Vikings. Get them in the air. There you go. Battle cruisers having their way with the place, really. Yellow made a few Widow Mines. That's an accident. You're supposed to just make missile turrets and ghosts, my friend. Teal moving their forces in will help to deal with a little bit of the Vikings chasing the battle cruisers. A perfect anti-armor missile. My dude, I'm not even sure I would have landed that one. I hate trying to use anti-armor missile. I'd have interferenced them. But we have more nukes being launched. The Vikings reign supreme. Who would have thought that nearly 103 Vikings could have beat 9 battle cruisers? No, of course not. Nuclear missile launched and landing successfully. Buildings burning even afterwards. The Viking hit squad moving across the map here. Landing on deck, getting a bit of damage done. Red brings some Widow Mines up to the front, and it's going to be a wonderful connection there. Magnificent. The landed Vikings working surprisingly well in this case, this situation. They're not terrible, it's just not usually recommended. Oh, they clear their way to the Protoss base too, get quite a few probes. I am liking Team Number 2's position more and more. Stalkers on a very focused move command, trying to respond to the defense here. Now they will actually get here. You know, landed Vikings, I suppose, with their bonus versus mechanical. That was a double, my friend. 2 ghosts for twice the nuke ability. This starport is already burning, though. Wow. There's nothing else here. It's a radiated ruin, Hydro. You've already done the damage here. Nobody can grow any crops. Look, it's barely tickling the command center now. Nobody can grow any crops here for like the next century and a half. You've done your damage. Move. Get up into the main base there. The Viking swarm starts to fly across the other side of the map. Things heating up. Skirting the edge of death with those Widow Mines. A second wave of 9 battle cruisers. Yes, the return of Tower Defense Wave 4 here. Unfortunately, Purple already left their Vikings here. Orange is the one moving across, which means Orange is going to just press the attack. Stalkers offensively blinking into their own demise. The battle cruisers do get on top of the Vikings, but it's just not going to be nowhere near enough. Nukes launched once again. Orange. Oh, okay, they see it. That's good. Ghosts, like I said, they're opening the door, they're clearing the way. The nukes land once again. Teal really has just been nuked into oblivion here. Can we get a nuke count? No, not really. Yeah, they've got more though. They're keeping up with their nuke production. Third group of battle cruisers makes itself known here as Teal is going to be the first one to leave. Blue quickly following behind them, which means Red is the last man standing for Team Number 1 here, and it's because of those battle cruiser shaped reasons. They barely hurt those cruisers. Love it. Starport production in flames. Vikings respond to the attack. This affront to all Terran kind, making battle cruisers. Orange helping out though. They will clear it, which leaves only 6. And it looks like they're kind of sprinkled around. Well, no, it's not going to matter. Alright, team number 2, the victors. Forever Noob with their Banshee shenanigans. Mr. Water Bottle, I will call it, with so many Vikings that they think that's how they get into Valhalla. Clearly, a supportive belief. And of course, Hydra, the yellow, my missile turret making favorite here. Very well done. Absolutely exquisite work, all 3 of you. I know not which of you submitted the replay, but I thank you nonetheless, whoever you are. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. I hope you have a great day.